together. There's a reason why they watch all night long. Yeah, I know we'll turn heads forever. So tonight I'm gonna show you all when I walk with you.
Alright y'all, so welcome back to the channel, and today's video is a little bit different. You know, this is the first cooking video that we're going to put on the channel. Don't have an official name for this series. I don't know, cooking with Akeem just kind of naturally comes off, but I am open to suggestions. So if you have a great name for this series and what we should call it, definitely comment below, let me know. May even do something special for the person that suggests a name that we end up going with. But for today, I have two little helpers with me. So many of you know Zuri. She's been in a lot of our videos and Miss Personality, and Austin, who is the French toast connoisseur. So this recipe was inspired by him. He absolutely loves French toast, so that's what we're going to make today. So we're going to make the peach praline French toast, and if you follow me on Instagram, which you should be doing, I made this actually a couple weeks ago. No, maybe, how long ago was it? A week ago maybe? Anyway, it was a week or two ago. And I posted a little preview of it on the community tab on our YouTube channel, and most of you loved it. You wanted a tutorial and recipe on how to do it, so that's what we're going to do it today. And then stay tuned, because we're also going to make two specialty drinks that we like to enjoy. So the first one is going to be a smoked ginger peach whiskey cocktail, and the other one is going to be
a mimosa.
You want to do strawberry mimosa, or do you want to do just a traditional mimosa?
No one wants to see a traditional mimosa. Okay,
so there it is. So we're gonna actually make a strawberry mimosa at the end. So stay tuned and let's get started. All right, so to get started, the bread we're using, I don't know where I saw this. I know it was popular on TikTok, but I'm not on TikTok. But it's this croissant toast. So it's bread that is made like you're gonna make a croissant. So it has the multiple layers. And then obviously they just make a loaf out of it. So we're gonna use these this croissant toast for the French toast. So I have everything already kind of prepped. I have my brown sugar. So in this shot glass, this is just caramel syrup. You helping me?
I wanna help too.
Well, you can help too, man. So this is the caramel syrup that you would normally put in the coffee. Got some vanilla extract, cinnamon. I have 3 eggs, some chopped pecans, however you pronounce it. About 4 peaches. Make sure you cover your mouth. About 4 peaches cut up here, just because I like the way it looks. And then I have a little flour here for the slurry. This is going to be used to thicken up the sauce once we make it. So right now we're going to get started with the custard. So to do that, we're going to add the 3 eggs to the bowl here, and a little bit of milk. I'll have the full recipe as far as the amounts in the description.
Okay.
All right, so now that you have the eggs and the milk in here. So I actually found this out a couple years ago. If for whatever reason you're trying to make French toast and you don't have milk, a good substitute is actually melted vanilla ice cream. So if you have some old freezer burnt ice cream that you don't plan on eating, you melt that and you can use that to make the French toast too. But just a little bit, maybe a half a teaspoon, quarter teaspoon of vanilla extract. So my helper Zuri, I'm gonna need you to dash some cinnamon in here. Just shake it. And don't drop it in there. In here. Go ahead, baby. You gotta go up and down. At an angle like this. Look, like this. See?
That's more than a dash.
Now cinnamon, it depends on how much you like. So you want enough where the custard has enough cinnamon throughout, and it's not just gonna be casually flaked through there. So then Austin, I need you to, let me break your yolk. Wait, hold on, calm down.
Can I try?
I'm gonna break your yolks. And look, you're gonna mix. You're gonna hold with one hand. I'll actually hold it, and you just stir like this. Tight motions like that, okay?
Got it. I like this better too.
Keep going, buddy.
Can we both try?
looking
It
good.
looks like cinnamon toast crunch.
It does a little bit because there's cinnamon in it. All right, let me see.
And
So then you gotta go.
And it smells like the cinnamon bun. It smells like cinnamon bun.
All right, give it a couple more stirs for me, Austin. Okay, thank you. Zuri, give it a couple turns. Because you're going to be on custard duty next.
I love it.
Okay, she got it. She got it. Alright, thank you, baby. Alright, so we're going to leave that, let that marinate. So, first things first, we're going to start to make the sauce. So, to do that, I'm going to take some butter. And baby, you can come over here to the stove and get this part. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and make the pecan peach praline sauce that's gonna go over the top of the waffle. So to get started, I'm gonna take 2, maybe 3, why not? Maybe 3 pats of butter into the pan and let that melt. All right, so once the butter is melted, we're gonna add our pecans in here because we want those to start to toast. And you can do as much pecans as you want, depending on how much you or your family likes them. You wanna add in a 1/4 cup, roughly, of brown sugar. And we want to let the brown sugar start to melt into the butter and the pecans a little bit toasty before we start to add the peaches in. All right, so now that brown sugar is really melted into the butter, starting to smell really, really good. So then we're going to add in our peaches. Out. And then a little bit of the caramel syrup. So this is naturally going to be thick. The brown sugar with the butter is going to melt and it's going to make it thick, but you need to thin it out so the peaches can saute a little bit. So for that, I actually just add a little bit of water just to kind of thin it out, and then we're going to re-thicken it back up with the flour that I showed earlier, and the slurry. So about 2 ounces of water, and then you want to see how it goes from there. Add a little bit more if necessary.
It smells good.
It smells like it's a combination of, when you're at the mall, and I don't even like pecans, almonds, nuts, anything like that really outside of like this. But you know how you go to the mall and they have the cinnamon almond stand? You know what I'm talking about in the mall? Mm-hmm. When you walk past, you smell that. It's like I don't even like them, but it makes me want some. And then it smells like cinnamon buns.
Smells like fall.
Alright, so as you can see, the peaches are starting to get a little bit tender. It's releasing some of its juices into the sauce, so it's getting thinner, and that's kind of what we want. And then, like I said, we're going to thicken it back up in a second to kind of give you that syrupy consistency that's going to go so perfect with the French toast. Alright, so I'm going to let that do its thing. And now I have this pan, and we can go ahead and start to cook the French toast because that's probably about a few minutes away from being done. Alright, so the peach praline mix is almost done, so we want to start to go ahead and prepare our French toast. And I wish you guys could really smell what's going on in here because it smells absolutely amazing. The pecans, the cinnamon, the brown sugar, the butter, man, it's incredible. Butter, get that down in there. And if you made French toast, you already know once you make your custard, the cinnamon tends to rise to the top. So right before I start to do my first initial dunks, if you will, you want to give that another stir. Make sure this pan is fully coated with the butter. All right, we can start putting them in. So another thing, you don't want to, how can I put this?
Submerge it.
Yeah, you don't want to submerge it. You just want to lightly coat the top and bottom, and you want to use a thicker cut bread so it's not soggy. You know, you want it to be wet but not too wet. So literally just I tap it, let the excess come off, put it right in. Yeah, normally I would like a griddle, a larger griddle. Maybe somebody that I love and care for and I think is the most beautiful woman in the world would get me that griddle we've been looking at for the longest.
The one that I asked you if you wanted for Father's Day, but you wanted the smoker.
Well, yeah. Which one have you think we would use more? The smoker's been way more beneficial ours right now, but I just need to add to it.
The griddle? No, not the. Oh, I forgot that. I'm not talking about the Traeger. That was last Father's Day. I'm talking about your whiskey smoker.
Oh yeah, definitely needed that.
Yeah.
I'm about to use it today. I'm about to use it right now. So, but no, we just add to it, you know. So I'm gonna need some more butter here. So once you get them in the pan, depending on how hot your pan is, the thickness of the bread, I would say probably 2 to 3 minutes per side, and then flip it. But you can always give it a little check to see. Just look and see if it's nice and golden on the other side. It's almost there.
So while my first time hearing about the croissant toast was through Akeem, but we usually use the brioche bread that we get from Whole Foods, the thick bread, especially when we make our stuffed French toast.
And I don't even know if I mentioned it, but I got this from Whole Foods too. So the croissant bread, I find at Whole Foods is always usually in stock. But yeah, like Missie said, the thick loaf of the brioche bread, and it comes in a whole loaf, so you can cut it to your thickness. And I may end up showing, so the original French toast that I used to make, I would take the brioche, I would cut it super thick, probably 2 inches thick, cut a slot in the middle, and it would be cream cheese with powdered sugar and strawberries in it, stuff it,
With
and
vanilla.
then make it that way.
And vanilla.
Oh yeah, vanilla extract too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we've made French toast casserole for the kids, usually like Christmas morning or New Year's Eve or New Year's Day morning. We've made French toast sticks. We just try to do different things with the French toast. Austin, like he said, is one of the French toast lovers. And so this what kind of got us into just mixing it up a little bit and just making it different ways for them.
Yeah, because if it was up to him, he could eat it the same way every time. But if I can't do that. So I have to find different little ways to make it that he would enjoy it. And then give me some variety too.
And it's just a fun Saturday morning, easy, fun Saturday morning brunch menu item for the kids.
All right, so the peaches are exactly right. They're tender, but they're not like mush tender. And if you see all that liquid here, I want that to thicken up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the slurry. So to do that, like I said, I'm just gonna take the flour, mix it with a little water. And it'll make a paste, because what will happen if you just dump the flour in there without getting too technical, it will start to clump. And you will have these raw, uncooked flour lumps in your sauce. So if you add it, if you mix it to water, it allows the water to absorb into the flour, or the flour into the water, however that goes. And then that way when you pour the slurry into there, you don't have to worry about any lumps. And that's thickening up anything, soups, chilies, any kind of sauces. If you make the slurry first, whether you use flour or cornstarch, you don't have to worry about the lumps afterwards. So it's not a lot of liquid, so I'm not gonna use all of this. So I'm just gonna put about that much. And as it cooks, it'll start to thicken up. So we can see where we end up at. Turn the heat up a little. So we're gonna get the second batch in. So this one, I don't know if the light may be a little too bright, but I forgot to mix it. So you see how all the cinnamon got clumped up on this one, but it's kind of spread evenly through the others. That's why you want to mix it after it's set for a while, so you don't run into that. Because too much cinnamon, it'll burn on the bottom of the pan. So you have to be careful. All right, so as you can see, we added the slurry, turn the heat up just a touch, and you can see the sauce is starting to thicken. And the flour taste is cooked out, so we don't have to worry about that. So now I can turn this on low just to keep it warm, and it'll be perfect to when we get ready to pour it over top of the French toast. All right, so these should be about ready to flip. Let's see, yeah, perfect. So nice and golden brown. Let's go ahead and get that one going. So if you like crispy edges, every time you flip it, you just want to add a little bit of butter so that butter can go in and fry those edges up. Alright, so I have the first 2 batches, so 8 slices. I have them in the oven staying warm, and I'm going to cook these last couple up, so it'll be a total of 12. So I have the last batch just flipped. The peach praline mixture is perfect. It's just keeping warm. So now we're gonna go ahead and make the drink. All right, so for the first drink, we're gonna do the strawberry mojito. It actually...
The what?
Oh shoot, I said mojito, my bad. We're gonna do the strawberry mimosa. So I'm gonna just take a whole strawberry, cut it in half, and then cut that in half. So essentially you have quarters. And I'm gonna muddle this with just a little bit of Grand Marnier. Yeah.
I mean, you
So I got a little bit of the Grand Marnier. I'm gonna put that down in the bottom. A little bit more for you, baby. And a cocktail cherry. This is always, I need a better muddle, but trying to muddle this in this glass is not easy, but we're gonna get it. Yeah, there we go. So now that we got that all muddled together, I'm actually gonna take a little bit of the Grenadine. How you like yours? You like yours with the champagne on top or the orange juice on top?
Orange juice on top.
Orange juice on top. Okay. So then we're going to take this Prosecco and.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't get it? Okay. This Prosecco right here.
This is like great for mimosas.
Mimosa should be made with Prosecco. People try to get fancy and use Moet and other fancy champagnes.
Which are good too.
You think so?
Yeah. When made right, yeah.
It's hard to.
But
how do you make it wrong?
I prefer Prosecco because you can have too much of something and it just not hit right.
Right, I just think that from the flavor profiles of like those champagne, it versus this one caught me off guard.
Me too.
So,
To link the sparkling wine glasses below.
a little bit more.
No, it's not. And then I like a little bit more orange juice in there.
For the first one, that looks pretty. Made a mess. So then if you want to get fancy and garnish it,
Which I would like for you to.
wrong one. Let's go with this one. Major mess. Let me clean that up for you.
I actually got these bar towels from Target years ago. Got about 6 of them.
And there it is. Strawberry, not mojito, strawberry mimosa. There we go. The M's tearing me up today. All right, so for the next drink, we're actually gonna make a smoked ginger peach whiskey cocktail. So to do that, we're gonna keep the peach theme going. We're gonna take about a quarter of a peach and drop it into this cocktail shaker with about a ½ ounce of lemon juice. Get my muddle and get the... All right, so now that I have everything muddled up here, I wanna go ahead and prepare my glass. So to do that, I'm gonna use my smoker. You guys seen this before, my wife got it for me. I'll turn my glass over.
So normally he has a smoke box. But it looks like he's trying something different. This is new to me
So don't want the fire detectors to go off, so I'm gonna trap the smoke underneath the glass to infuse that smoke smell and that taste and that flavor in the glass while I make the rest of the drink. So to do that, I'm actually gonna grab some of my Uncle Nearest whiskey. So if you're not familiar, Uncle Nearest finally getting his credit after years, but he's the guy that taught Jack Daniels how to make, he was a slave in Kentucky, and he taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey. He finally got his own brand. It's been around for a while, but this kind of goes to show you how much of our history and knowledge and stuff was stolen from us and recreated to make family fortunes for other people, but that's a different subject for a different day. But this Uncle Nearest, normally you would use 1.5 ounces, but I like mine a little stronger, so I'm gonna go 2 ounces. So this side is 1 ounce, this side is a ½ ounce. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 2. So take your cocktail glass, fill it with ice, dump, in about, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. And I have that. Normally I have my large whiskey, I'm gonna say whiskey balls, whiskey ice balls.
I think I put one in there. You might want to check it.
No, when did you do it?
Early this morning.
Oh, it's not ready yet. So normally I will use one of my bigger ice cubes.
You at least want to show it to them?
No, it's not, I mean, they'll see it.
Right.
But this I'm just have to use regular ice. So now that smoke should be, man, that smells great. Smell
I
that.
smell it from here. Yeah.
So then I'm gonna dump my ice in it. And I am going to double strain it. So this strainer will get majority of the the peach particles out. You want a nice, smooth, clean drink. And then this will get the rest out. So all that pulp will normally go into your drink if you didn't double strain it. So now I could just work that around and get all the good stuff out. And keep all the bad stuff out. So all that peach puree right there comes out. Then I take my ginger beer, which you know they use in Moscow mules. Top it with that. And if you really want to get fancy, find you a nice little sprig like that. Sit it right on top. And now you have your smoked peach ginger whiskey cocktail.
Looks good.
Gotta taste it. I might have done did something. The only thing that I would probably add differently is maybe a little bit of simple syrup or sugar cube to kind of balance it out, because this Uncle Nearest is strong.
And then you
And the
add
lemon
the
juice,
extra.
and the peach, even though you muddle it, you don't get a lot of that peach flavor out of it. I mean, you do, but it doesn't have sweetness to it. So you need the sweetness to kind of counterbalance it. So I'm just gonna try something. Normally you wouldn't do it this way, but I just wanna see. So this is just simple syrup. So just put a little bit in there. And I just wanna see how that changes the flavor.
So what flavor are you going for? I know you said it's kind of strong.
No, I don't mind the
sweet.
strongness. I don't mind the strong from the alcohol, but it has to be a balanced cocktail. So it's just like when you're cooking, if you know, that's why, sweet and salty go so well together. It's opposite ends of the spectrum and it gives balance. So a good drink is supposed to have both. Mm-hmm. So I should have had you taste it before and after. It's you didn't taste it beforehand. I wonder if I can give you a little.
This is really good. I don't even like whiskey like that. Like, it's not strong at all. I mean, it's strong, but you know
So
what I mean.
I got a little bit that was left in there. Try that. It's strong but bitter, right?
Yeah.
So even though the alcohol content didn't change, that simple syrup balanced it out.
Yeah.
So now it makes it
Like,
easier.
I could drink this.
Right, but does it get you? It's the same amount of alcohol, but you don't taste the sharpness of it.
Yeah, I can really drink that.
So.
That's really good.
Oh yeah, that's money. It's almost it tastes very much like a whiskey Moscow Mule with the smoke elements. Every time you take a little sip, you get that smokiness, and then the mint. I didn't smack my mint or anything to wake it up, but you smell a little bit of mint too.
That's really good.
I might have did something with that one.
Cocky much?
A little bit.
Yeah, always.
A little bit. So there you have it. We're gonna go ahead and get everything plated. Go ahead and feed the kids. I know they're hungry, and get started. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and get everything plated. I'm gonna cut these into halves. Then I'm gonna top it with the peach praline mixture, a little bit of whipped cream, syrup,
Powdered sugar.
a little bit of powdered sugar, and it's a done deal. So right now, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get everything plated. Again, thank you guys for watching if you made it this far. Please, again, let me know in the comments. Again, I'm trying to come up with a name for this cooking series as I bring you into the kitchen with me and make all kind of different dishes and drinks. So please comment below if you have a channel or a series name that you have in mind. And then let me know which one you like better. Did you like the peach praline French toast, or did you like one of the drink recipes more? So let me know in the comments. And again, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything done, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.